Welcome to an epic exploration of one of history's most formidable empires, the Mongol Empire. From its origins on the harsh and windswept steppes of Central Asia to its unprecedented expansion across continents, the Mongol Empire reshaped the world in ways that continue to resonate today. Led by visionary leaders like Genghis Khan, this empire not only conquered vast territories but also facilitated an exchange of cultures, ideas, and technologies that bridged the East and West. This journey will take you through the rise and fall of the Mongol Empire, delving into the lives of its key figures, the pivotal battles they fought, and the enduring legacy they left behind. The Mongol origins. In this chapter, we traverse the vast, unending expanse of the Central Asian steppes, a formidable landscape that profoundly shaped Mongol civilization. The steppes, with their harsh climates and expansive grasslands, demanded a nomadic lifestyle that was integral to the Mongols' survival and success. Central to their existence was the herding of livestock, horses, sheep, and goats, which provided not only sustenance but also mobility, essential for navigating the treacherous terrain. The social structure of the early Mongol tribes revolved around extended families and clans, each functioning with a degree of autonomy within a broader interconnected network. This nomadic way of life was influenced by earlier nomadic empires, such as the Xiongnu and Xianbei, whose military tactics and political strategies left a lasting imprint on Mongol practices. The Xiongnu, dominating the steppes from the 3rd century BC, were pioneers in organizing large tribal confederations and innovative warfare techniques. Similarly, the Xianbei, who followed the Xiongnu, contributed to Mongol military and administrative practices. The Rouran Khaganate, with its hierarchical structure and territorial control strategies, further influenced Mongol governance and military organization. Against this backdrop, the Borjigin clan emerged as a significant force, with Temujin, later Genghis Khan, born into its ranks. Temujin's early years were marred by hardship, including the poisoning of his father, Xiongnu, by a rival tribe. This left Temujin's family vulnerable and exposed them to a tumultuous world of tribal conflict. The internal strife among Mongol tribes during this period, marked by frequent betrayals and shifting alliances, shaped Temujin's resilience and strategic prowess. Despite these challenges, his ability to navigate the treacherous tribal landscape and forge crucial alliances set the stage for his eventual rise. Temujin's early experiences of betrayal and conflict were not mere obstacles but vital lessons that prepared him for unifying the Mongol tribes. As we conclude this chapter, we have seen how the steppes' early influences and Temujin's formative years combined to lay the foundation for the Mongol Empire. In the next chapter, we will explore Temujin's dramatic rise to power, focusing on his strategic victories, transformative reforms, and the unification of the Mongol tribes, setting the stage for the empire's expansion. The rise of Temujin. In this chapter, we will explore the formidable rise of Temujin, who from the vast steppes of Mongolia navigated the treacherous tribal landscape to forge a dominant empire. Temujin's ascent began with astute alliances, including those with the influential Jamukha and the powerful Taiyiqiut tribe, both of which played pivotal roles in his early power struggles. His initial alliances were both diplomatic and combative, as he skillfully maneuvered through shifting loyalties and rivalries. The defeat of the Taiyiqiut, a crucial turning point, demonstrated Temujin's strategic acumen and his ability to use both psychological and battlefield tactics to his advantage. This victory significantly weakened his rivals and bolstered his reputation as a formidable leader. The narrative continues with the landmark Kurultai of 1206, where Temujin was proclaimed Genghis Khan, symbolizing the unification of the Mongol tribes under a single sovereign. This assembly was not only a political triumph, but also a strategic consolidation of power, as it ended long-standing tribal conflicts and laid the groundwork for a unified Mongol state. Following this, Genghis Khan instituted sweeping military reforms, including the decimal system, which organized his forces into effective units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, enhancing command efficiency. These reforms, along with the implementation of the Yasa, A comprehensive legal code established a structured framework for governance and military discipline. The Yasa covered everything from criminal justice to military conduct, reflecting Genghis Khan's vision for a disciplined and orderly state. Moreover, his diplomatic strategies were instrumental in expanding and securing the empire. Through strategic alliances and psychological warfare, he not only intimidated potential adversaries, but also secured crucial alliances that facilitated the empire's growth. As we conclude this chapter on Temujin's rise, we have witnessed his transformation from a tribal leader to the ruler of a unified empire. In the next chapter, we will delve into the expansive conquests of the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan, exploring the tactics and strategies that defined his campaigns and the enduring impact of his empire across Asia and beyond. The expansion of the Mongol Empire. In this chapter, we will delve into the dramatic expansion of the Mongol Empire, highlighting the relentless conquests that defined Genghis Khan's and his successors' rule. We begin with the Mongol siege of the Jin dynasty's capital, Xiongnu, modern-day Beijing, a monumental event that marked a turning point in Mongol military history. The detailed account of this siege reveals the sophisticated siege techniques employed by the Mongols, including their innovative use of psychological warfare to undermine the defenders' morale and their relentless persistence in breaching the heavily fortified walls of Xiongnu. This brutal and methodical campaign led to the fall of the Jin dynasty, illustrating the Mongols' strategic mastery and their profound impact on the region. Transitioning from northern China to Central Asia, we examine the Khwarezmian campaign of 1219-1221, where Genghis Khan responded with devastating force to the execution of his trade envoys by the Khwarezmian Empire. The campaign's narrative encompasses the meticulous planning and execution of military operations that led to the utter destruction of Khwarezmian cities, including the brutal sieges of Samarkand and Bukhara. These cities, once thriving centers of commerce and culture, were reduced to ruins, highlighting the Mongols' ruthless efficiency and the fearsome reputation they cultivated across the region. Our exploration continues with the invasions of the Middle East, focusing on the siege of Baghdad in 1258 by Hulagu Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson. This siege resulted in the sack of Baghdad, the last stronghold of the Abbasid Caliphate, and marked a devastating blow to the Islamic world. The destruction wrought upon Baghdad not only dismantled a political center but also obliterated key cultural and intellectual hubs, leaving an indelible scar on the Middle Eastern historical landscape. As we conclude this chapter on the Mongol Empire's expansion, we have traced the arc of its conquests and the profound impact these campaigns had on the regions they overran. In the next chapter, we will examine the internal dynamics of the Mongol Empire, including the challenges of governance and the administrative innovations that helped sustain its vast territories. Chapter number 4, the Mongol Empire at its zenith. In this chapter, we will explore the Mongol Empire at its zenith, a period marked by extraordinary administrative efficiency and profound cultural and economic exchanges. Under Genghis Khan's centralized authority, the empire was meticulously organized, with Genghis himself at the helm of a vast administrative apparatus that ensured the effective governance of his sprawling territory. His administrative innovations included the establishment of a system of regional governors, or beks, who were responsible for the day-to-day management of their provinces and played a crucial role in enforcing Mongol law and policy. This decentralized approach allowed for more localized control while maintaining a cohesive empire. Genghis Khan's legal code, the Yasa, provided a uniform set of laws that governed all subjects, reflecting his commitment to a unified legal system. Moreover, the chapter will detail the sophisticated communication network established under Mongol rule, including the Yam postal system, which facilitated rapid relay of messages across the empire, enhancing administrative efficiency and military coordination. The role of the Mongol Empire in the Silk Road trade network will also be thoroughly examined, showcasing how Mongol control fostered unprecedented levels of commerce between East and West. The empire's protection and maintenance of the trade routes enabled the exchange of luxury goods such as silk, precious stones, and spices, while also allowing the transfer of technologies, scientific knowledge, and artistic influences. This era of robust trade not only enriched the Mongol Empire economically, but also facilitated a vibrant cultural interchange, influencing art, science, and technology across Eurasia. The chapter will also address the cultural impacts of Mongol rule, including how the empire's patronage of scholars and artisans led to significant advancements and cross-cultural synthesis. As we conclude this chapter, the focus will shift to the empire's gradual fragmentation and the internal strife that contributed to its decline, setting the stage for the emergence of successor states and the eventual end of Mongol hegemony. The division of the Mongol Empire. In this chapter, we delve into the intricate and tumultuous period following the death of Genghis Khan in 1227, which heralded the fragmentation of his vast empire into distinct khanates. Genghis Khan's successors, most notably his sons and grandsons such as Ogedei, Hulag, and Batu Khan, grappled with the formidable challenge of managing an empire so vast and diverse. These successors inherited not only a legacy of conquest, but also the immense responsibility of governance and cohesion, which proved increasingly difficult as internal rivalries and cultural differences came to the fore. The empire, once united under Genghis Khan's formidable leadership, began to fracture into smaller, semi-independent khanates, each governed by a different branch of Genghis Khan's lineage. The four main khanates, the Golden Horde, the Ilkhanate, the Chagatai Khanate, and the Yuan dynasty, each faced unique challenges in maintaining control over their respective territories. The Golden Horde, founded by Batu Khan, controlled the vast regions of modern-day Russia and Eastern Europe, while the Ilkhanate, established by Hulag Khan, held sway over Persia and parts of the Middle East. The Chagatai Khanate, ruled by Genghis Khan's second son Chagatai, encompassed Central Asia, and the Yuan dynasty, founded by Kublai Khan, governed China and Mongolia. The chapter explores the dynamics within these khanates, including the political, economic, and cultural factors that contributed to their eventual decline. Internal strife, succession disputes, and the difficulty of maintaining cohesive control over diverse populations all played a role in weakening the khanates. Furthermore, the emergence of new political entities and powers in the regions once dominated by the Mongols signaled a shift in the balance of power. As these khanates gradually lost influence, the chapter concludes by examining the lasting impacts of Mongol rule on the regions they once controlled, setting the stage for the emergence of new empires and states in the post-Mongol era. The decline of the Mongol Empire. In this chapter, we will examine the decline of the Mongol Empire, focusing on the Yuan dynasty's fall, the collapse of the Ilkhanate, the fragmentation of the Chagatai Khanate, and the decline of the Golden Horde. The Yuan dynasty, founded by Kublai Khan, grappled with severe internal challenges, including rampant corruption, economic difficulties, and widespread peasant revolts that eroded its stability. The dynasty's fiscal mismanagement led to crippling tax burdens and economic strain, fueling significant uprisings such as the Red Turban Rebellion, which further weakened Yuan authority. By 1368, the Ming dynasty, under Zhu Yuanzhang, capitalized on these weaknesses, capturing the Yuan capital of Dadu, modern Beijing, and establishing Ming rule, thus ending Mongol control over China and initiating a new era characterized by the restoration of Chinese traditions and governance. Concurrently, the Ilkhanate faced political fragmentation following Hulagu Khan's death, compounded by succession disputes and external pressures from the Mamluks and Timur. The Ilkhanate's control in Persia diminished as rival factions like the Jalay-Yurids and Kara Koyunlu emerged, leading to its fragmentation into smaller successor states. By the early 15th century, the Chagatai Khanate, which had divided into the eastern and western Chagatai Khanates, similarly suffered from internal fragmentation and conflict, leading to its eventual absorption by the Timurid Empire under Timur and the dissolution of Mongol authority in Central Asia. The Golden Horde, once a dominant power in Russia and Eastern Europe, saw its influence decline as Moscow rose under Ivan I.e. Moscow's strategic maneuvers and military successes diminished the Golden Horde's power, leading to its fragmentation into smaller khanates like the Crimean Kazan and Astrakhan Khanate. The weakening and eventual disintegration of the Golden Horde paved the way for Moscow's emergence as a significant regional power, signaling the end of Mongol dominance in Eastern Europe. In the next chapter, we will explore the lasting legacy of the Mongol Empire, focusing on its impact on global trade, cultural exchanges, and political boundaries that continued to resonate even after its decline. The legacy of the Mongol Empire. In this chapter, we will delve into the enduring legacy of the Mongol Empire, exploring its profound cultural and historical impacts and its modern relevance. The Mongol Empire's role in facilitating cultural and technological exchanges across Eurasia was monumental, bridging disparate civilizations and catalyzing a period of unprecedented connectivity. Under Mongol rule, the Silk Road flourished, becoming a conduit for the exchange of goods, ideas, and innovations between the East and the West. This era saw the transmission of technologies such as papermaking and gunpowder, alongside the spread of artistic styles, scientific knowledge, and philosophical ideas, which profoundly influenced societies from China to Europe. The Mongols also facilitated the exchange of medical knowledge and practices, enriching both Eastern and Western medicine. Historiographically, the Mongol Empire has been viewed through various lenses. Once seen as a destructive force, recent scholarship recognizes its role in shaping global history through integration and connectivity. Scholars now debate the extent of the Mongols' impact on world history, assessing their influence on the rise of new empires, the restructuring of trade routes, and the interplay between different cultures and religions. The Mongol legacy is also significant in discussions about empire and imperialism, providing insights into the dynamics of power administration and cross-cultural interactions that are relevant to understanding contemporary global politics. The study of the Mongol Empire has evolved with ongoing research, with recent discoveries shedding light on previously obscure aspects of Mongol governance, daily life, and cultural practices. Archaeological finds and new historical interpretations continue to refine our understanding of the Mongols' complex and multifaceted legacy. As we move forward, we will explore how these revelations contribute to our broader comprehension of the Mongol Empire's role in shaping the modern world and its lasting impact on global history. Detailed analysis of major battles. In this chapter, we will delve into 4 crucial battles that highlight the Mongol Empire's military prowess and strategic ingenuity. The Battle of the Khalkha River in 1223 was a defining moment where Mongol generals Subutai and Xianbei confronted the Kievan Rus' forces, employing their signature tactic of feigned retreats to lure their opponents into a trap. By pretending to withdraw, the Mongols drew the Rus' forces into a vulnerable position before striking decisively, showcasing their ability to outmaneuver and overwhelm larger armies. This battle not only solidified Mongol dominance in the region, but also highlighted their strategic adaptability across diverse terrains. Moving to the Battle of the Indus in 1221, led by the general Xianbei, we see the Mongols' first significant engagement in the Indian subcontinent against the Khwarezmian remnants and local forces. Despite facing logistical challenges and stiff resistance, the Mongols demonstrated their remarkable capability to extend their influence beyond their traditional borders, showcasing their flexibility and strategic acumen in unfamiliar territory. The Battle of Legnica in 1241, part of the Mongol invasion of Europe, saw Batu Khan's forces decisively defeat Duke Henry II the Pious and the Polish army. The Mongols' use of rapid mobility, psychological warfare, and feigned retreats overwhelmed the Polish defenders, underscoring their ability to project power across Europe and establish a fearsome reputation. Finally, the Siege of Baghdad in 1258, led by Hulagu Khan, was a pivotal event that marked the end of the Abbasid Caliphate. The Mongols employed advanced siege tactics, including large-scale catapults and strategic supply line blockades, to breach Baghdad's defenses. The city's fall had profound repercussions, causing immense destruction and signaling the Mongols' dominance in the Middle East. This siege demonstrated the Mongols' ability to decisively dismantle major political and cultural centers, significantly impacting the region's historical trajectory. As we move forward, we will explore how these battles reflect the Mongol Empire's broader strategic and operational approaches, setting the stage for understanding their enduring influence and legacy. Key figures and brutal enforcers. In this chapter, we will explore the lives and contributions of key figures who played pivotal roles in the Mongol Empire's rise and consolidation, starting with Genghis Khan Temujin, whose biography is a saga of extraordinary ambition. Born as Temujin in the early 13th century, he emerged from a background of hardship and tribal warfare to unite the Mongol tribes through a combination of strategic alliances, military prowess, and a novel legal code known as the Yasa. His leadership style was marked by meritocratic principles, the efficient use of intelligence networks, and a brutal enforcement of discipline, which allowed him to transform the Mongol tribes into a formidable empire. His legacy is a complex blend of military innovation, cultural integration, and the establishment of an empire that stretched across Asia and into Europe. Transitioning to Kublai Khan, we examine his reign as the founder of the Yuan dynasty in China. Kublai's rule was characterized by significant efforts to integrate Mongol and Chinese administrative practices, including the establishment of a centralized bureaucracy and the promotion of trade and cultural exchanges along the Silk Road. His reign, though marked by notable achievements such as the expansion of trade and support for the arts, eventually faced challenges that led to the dynasty's decline, including internal strife and resistance from native Chinese factions. Subutai, another towering figure, was renowned for his military genius, orchestrating campaigns that spanned from the steppes of Mongolia to the gates of Europe. His strategic brilliance was evident in his ability to execute complex maneuvers, such as the famous feigned retreats, and to adapt his tactics to diverse environments and opponents, which greatly contributed to the Mongol conquests. Xianbei, a trusted general and key ally of Subutai, made significant contributions to the Mongol military campaigns, particularly in the conquest of the Khwarezmian Empire and the subsequent invasion of the Indian subcontinent, where his prowess in battle solidified his reputation as a formidable strategist. Lastly, Hulagu Khan's campaigns in the Middle East, including the dramatic and destructive sacking of Baghdad in 1258, were instrumental in establishing Mongol dominance over the Islamic world. His conquests not only marked the end of the Abbasid Caliphate, but also had profound repercussions on the Islamic world, including a temporary power vacuum and the subsequent rise of new political entities. This chapter reveals how these key figures, through their distinct roles and actions, shaped the trajectory of the Mongol Empire and left a lasting impact on history. As we continue, we will delve into the intricate dynamics of Mongol governance and their lasting influence on the world stage. Epilogue: Reflections on the Mongol Empire. In the epilogue, we will consolidate the expansive narrative of the Mongol Empire, reflecting on its meteoric rise, vast expansion, and eventual decline. We begin by revisiting the empire's key themes, tracing its origins from the unification of disparate Mongol tribes under Genghis Khan's visionary leadership, which sparked an unprecedented era of conquest and unification across Eurasia. This period saw the establishment of an empire that, at its zenith, stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, showcasing the Mongols' military might, administrative innovations, and cultural integrations. The Mongol Empire's expansion was characterized by rapid conquests, including the decisive battles that secured control over vast territories. The creation of a sophisticated communication network, like the Yam system, and the establishment of trade routes that connected the East and West. However, this empire was not without its challenges. The internal divisions and succession crises that followed Genghis Khan's death led to the fragmentation of the empire into distinct khanates, each grappling with its own set of political, economic, and military struggles. The decline of the Yuan dynasty, the fragmentation of the Ilkhanate, the disintegration of the Chagatai Khanate, and the collapse of the Golden Horde all mark the gradual erosion of Mongol dominance and influence. Despite these declines, the Mongol Empire's enduring legacy is profound. It facilitated unprecedented cultural and technological exchanges, influenced the political landscapes of Asia and Europe, and left an indelible mark on global history. As we reflect on the historical significance of the Mongol Empire, we recognize the lessons it imparts about empire building, governance, and the dynamics of power. The Mongol experience underscores the complexities of maintaining a vast empire, the interplay of internal cohesion and external pressures, and the far-reaching impact of strategic innovations and cultural exchanges. In conclusion, the Mongol Empire's history remains a compelling study of ambition, adaptation, and legacy, offering valuable insights into the nature of empires and their role in shaping the course of human history. Next, we will transition to a deeper exploration of how these historical lessons continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about empire, power, and cultural interactions.